Spanish artist Guillermo Bestard shared the same compositional affinity to Sir Winston Churchill, the former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom who was also a famous painter. These two Guillermo Bestard pieces beside me today that I am highlighting are entitled Autumn Afternoon at the Village Church, painted circa 1960, and The Tower Above the Bay, painted circa 1960. Bestard was a Spanish painter inspired by time spent with leading Spanish and international artists working in Pollença in the early 20th century. Although he first gained recognition as a photographer, painting became the central focus of his life from the 1930s onward. Born in 1881, Bestard grew up in the culturally vibrant town of Pollença, Majorca, which was a destination for international travelers. He was fluent in Catalan, English, Spanish, and German, which allowed him to move easily throughout the international art circles that gathered in Majorca during this period. In 1931, he held his first public exhibition of paintings at the Pollença Club. His canvases from this period show Mediterranean light, coastal landscapes, and Majorcan daily life, based in Spanish Luminism and enriched by a broader European modernist influence. Guillermo's marriage in 1931 to biologist Margarita Camps brought him to Barcelona, where he continued to paint while managing a small photograph and printing workshop. The Spanish Civil War forced them to separate for 15 years due to political punishment, forcing Margarita to be exiled to England. Guillermo returned to Pollença, where he continued to paint despite political suspicion due to his Republican sympathies. In 1946, he rejoined his wife in London. From this point forward, painting became his focus. After the death of his son Josep in 1954, Guillermo withdrew from photography altogether, and by 1959 he had sold the family studio, dedicating his final years exclusively to painting. Guillermo Bestard's presence at Rookley's is due to his significant connection to Canada through Canadian painter John Kinnear. Kinnear is a historic artist well known for his abstract paintings. He was an avid collector of Bestard's work and considered him one of his formative influences. He believed Bestard's paintings shared a tonal and compositional affinity with those of Sir Winston Churchill, particularly in their Mediterranean light. Kinnear championed Bestard among Canadian collectors, ensuring his paintings entered Canadian collections. This placed Majorca directly into Canada's mid-century art world. Interesting fact, all of our Bestards were brought over to Canada by John Kinnear. Bestard died in London in 1969. While his vast photographic archive became essential for documenting pre-tourism Majorca, his paintings are his most intimate expression of his artistic vision. These pieces were proudly framed by Reg Isley 50 years ago. They're unique, one-of-a-kind, handmade wood frames. These frames not only complement the piece, but add an extra layer of character and value. Quaint, idyllic coves like this can be found all across England. And what I love about this piece is Bestard's spectacular use of a variety of colors. If you look in this bottom left corner, not only can you see yellows, different shades of yellow, mustard yellow, light yellow, you also see cranberries and purples. And when you're up close, you can see all the different colors, but when you step back, it works as one cohesive piece. And up here in the village, we see again mustard yellows, turquoises, greens, blues, different shades of white. And again, up close, all these different colors are right beside each other. When you step back, it all works together. In this painting, we see loose brushstrokes all throughout, in the water, in the sky, in the boats, and in the village, which shows Bestard's confident, loose style. And this style is the same that we see in Kinnear. Kinnear also has a bold, confident, loose brushstroke. So we can see how Bestard influenced Kinnear through both of their paintings. Here's another example of locations that you can see all across England that document history. Churches like this are still found in almost every single village in England to this day. What I love about this piece is it's not the classical colors that we see in landscapes. There's not much blue, there's not much green. It's actually very yellow and mauve and purple. I think the colors are spectacular in this piece, and I also love the frame. It's literally the perfect frame that you could possibly have for this piece, in my opinion. The color perfectly matches what we see in the painting. It doesn't take away from it for this reason, but also the pattern on the beautiful woodworking throughout this frame is just absolutely gorgeous. When we zoom into this painting, we see a mustard yellow, we see cranberry reds, we see purples, and this is not typical of landscapes, but it just works to be this beautiful, lovely, idyllic church scene. If you'd like to see our other paintings by Guillermo Bestard or our paintings by John Kinnear, visit our website rookleys.com or come visit us in the gallery in Ridgeway. We'd love to have you.